to open up this door.
I swear to God, I'm gonna break this door.
I'm cold.
10. Open this fucking door. I'll call my mom. Call my mom.
Bitch, I been knew how to count, ho. Show 4 out of that. Dad do that.
You can open the door.
Bitch, my mom face.
I'm gonna open up this door because I'm not playing.
All I fucking know is y'all better open it.
I'm not playing.
You know how to count. You have hands. Open the door.
Open up this door before we break this bitch.
Break it. Go ahead.
I'm finna break something up in this bitch. On God, I'm finna.
You guys must be
Yo,
dumb.
I would like that for with y'all.
Do not play with me.
You
Do
can
not.
like that, but you can't open the door.
Do not play with me. Open this door before I trash it.
You can open it.
I will trash this off.
I'm closed. All right, we're sorry.
So how the fuck you gonna get
Open
in?
it.
Let me address this motherfucker. Let me sit up. What y'all sit up right. So these people in the comments, what y'all got to say to them?
Okay, so please, can people stop saying they mama poor, they can't afford food, our mama can't afford
And
food.
second of all,
we fully dressed. We got
get
clothes.
more money than you. Second of all, y'all didn't get off
First
dick.
of all, don't
Y'all
talk
niggas
about my
pussy.
sister. This is not my mama. This is my sister. She make more money than you. She got her own house. She pay her own bills. She got more shit than you. You broke. You ain't getting no more shit. And that was not food inside that bag. That was snacks and toys.
And if it was, yeah, that's what y'all like the fuck.
Matter of
Fuck them.
fact, everybody
Fuck them.
steal. Matter of fact,
Y'all got food. Everybody that knows know y'all got
show
food.
you.
Y'all
Here.
I like girls. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say about me.
Yeah. What else?
And thank y'all for the good comment.
Yeah, cause there's some people that's not. Yeah.
See, this is child abuse. Allowing their children to roam the streets all times of the night with no adult supervision. This is basically child abuse. And I would even go as far as to say that this is on the same capacity of a parent that willingly leaves their child in a hot car unattended and they die. This is the same type of crime, and it should be treated as so. And I'm going to go deeper into that a little bit later. I made light of putting the 3 little Chuckies on the cover of the video because I want to grab people's attention. And yes, their behavior, unfortunately, very much is similar to what we consider the Chucky doll in the horror films. Chucky. But it's sad because this is true. This is not a fictional movie. This is real life that's going on with these 3 young men. They are babies. They are babies exhibiting criminal adult behavior. And then for the sister, who was obviously of an adult age, for her to approve and to encourage her brothers to get on to social media while she is helping to facilitate the recording of them admitting their crime. It is, to me, something that is like we've reached another bottomless pit of low in our black society. And with all of this pride talk that we're very much doing, we're proud of our foundational Black American story in the United States. We're proud to be descendants of slaves, but this was not their dream. This was not the dream of Dr. King, of Malcolm X, of Harriet Tubman, of Frederick Douglass, of all of these great people that paved the path for us. This was not their dream. This is an embarrassment. Let's just call it for what it is. And I went through some videos and I hear so many people that want to gaslight and make excuses yet again within our black community. And I'm going to tell you why. I believe that Black Americans have had to defend themselves with excuses at times over the decades because there has been such vitriol against the black Americans. And whatever racist white Americans and those who are in power, the power structure to create laws and policy, if they hear one thing that is off, it is their ammunition to create yet another policy, another rule that works against our people. But we're at the point now where we're at a SOS. Okay, we're at a SOS. Everybody knows our business now. We've made it painfully clear. Our dirty clothes are being exposed. The clothes are hanging out on the line. Everyone knows what is going on in the black American community. And this is just another example of we have got to now plug this hole. This is about to sink us entirely. When I see this type of behavior of these children and how progressive it has become over the years, to where it's no longer, I was a kid, I would sneak a candy bar out of the store when I was a kid growing up north, but I wouldn't do it towards someone to where I would threaten their life. I have been a child, and no, it was not an excuse for what I did, because I had 2 parents in my home, good parents. I was raised up in the church. So children are going to do certain things, of course. Children are children. But this is what you would refer to as child abuse. This is child abuse, ladies and gentlemen. These children that are running in these stores, they're stealing at this capacity. There's so many videos of our young black kids. I keep hearing other people telling us in these response videos, well, what about the little white girl who had the pink jacket? She ran up the opposite way on the escalator in the mall, and she attacked 2 girls for reporting her for shoplifting. You know why I'm not concerned about what she has done? It's because they're not building private prisons in her neighborhood. Do you see? They're not having to worry about police brutality in her neighborhood. They're not randomly pulling her over in her little pink jacket and blonde hair in her neighborhood, smashing her window out, putting their knee on her neck. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, although it is almost on the same level, but I'm not concerned about that, because she is the majority. When I see issues like this and so many children that are suffering from parents that do not have the accountability placed onto them in our communities, it is because there is no family structure. There is no one that they can be accountable to. And so this is the reason why they can get on social media and they can defend how they raise their children. They can put you in check at the school when you have called them down to the administrative office 10 times in 1 year because their child is acting the same way these 3 little kids act. This is why they can justify their behavior and why they fail to parent. I want to say something else as well, and that is our school teachers. This is what they experience every day. If you have a school teacher that works in an inner city district where it's predominantly black, unfortunately, I'm black American, proud, born and raised, descendant of slaves. But I'm going to tell you the truth, because the truth will set you free. I substitute teach. I've been a support staff member for the school district over the years. I've worked on research projects in education, and I've had to be placed in different facets of the inner city, from pre-K all the way up to high school. This is what they're dealing with every day. Do you think your mental psyche for not even $45,000 a year would be able to handle this on a daily basis? Well, this is it. This is what they're having to. This is why many teachers in certain communities are getting paid combat pay, because they're having to deal with these types of threats, this type of vocabulary coming from elementary school students. This is it. Cursing all day. F words all day. All day. Cell phones all day. All day. And you wonder why your districts are not passing basic standardized testing. This is why. This is the everyday horrors that school teachers are having to go through every day. I don't care how many hours a week you work to put clothes on your children's back. I don't care how much you have done for your children. This is what they are doing in the school. Either when you drop them off or when they get on the school bus. This is it. This is it. And this is the reason why we have to demand, as concerned Black Americans who have been able to raise children like myself. I've raised my daughter. My daughter's a grown woman now. She's got a master's. I have worked with children. I've had organizations. I have seen this now coming for decades. And here we are. And what I've witnessed is a lot of Black Americans have gotten elected, or they've been able to create organizations for the purposes of getting grants to pad their pockets. The government has provided millions, if not billions of dollars to help aid and to support parents in low-income inner-city homes for our Black American kids. I don't want to talk about any other child but Black American kids right now. And it has come to the point of that money has nothing to show for. We have aligned with a political party, the Democratic Party, and we have nothing to show for. We have allowed the Democratic Party to use us and to exploit our votes for their liberal causes. A traditional, foundational Black American family does not align with liberal causes of the Democratic Party. They have not made one consensus to talk about Black American families. That is our problem. That is what we need. See, these little boys are going to grow up and they're going to find their way down to Best Buy, and they're going to buy themselves a little podcast kit. And this is how you see the formation of the Red Pill podcast. All these young Black men talking about they hate Black women. This is why. This is why. Those are the seeds of the future Black male I hate Black women podcast host. There you go, right there. Standing at their Walgreens, threatening people. If they don't open up the door, they're going to do something in 10 seconds. That's it right there. All of these, I hate Black women, I don't date Black women. This is why. You know why? Because there is an unspoken, an undealt with tragedy that happens with many Black young men that grow up in single Black mother homes. It's not that they hate Black women. It's not that they hate their mothers. They hate their fathers for abandoning their mother and not seeing enough worth in their mother to stay. Now, we're getting down on the sister and the mother. Where's the father? Do you see what I'm saying? There are fundamental steps that we can take right now. See, that Mullihan report that came out over 40 years ago, summing up what the future of black Americans was going to look like in the family home. A lot of black people rejected that. Yes, it did have a lot of course, it had a lot of underlying racism and prejudice built in that report. But one of the things that I have to co-sign was he did point out that if black men are not able to get employment, get financial support, to be able to stay in the home of the children that they created, they're going to run from those roles. They're going to make babies and they're going to run. Because having no money leaves you in a scared state as a man. You can't provide. You can't create. You can't do nothing. Black, men and women handle pressure differently. And unfortunately, no, it's not fair, but it is a point that was raised 40 something years ago and is now coming to light today. Yes, we know the historical issues of welfare coming into the home, trying to divide the family, making a requirement that men don't live in a household with the black women. Of course, that was going to lead to a divide. And even in certain districts of the United States, that still exist. There are certain places where you cannot have Section 8 housing or public assisted housing and have a man living in there with you with your children. They still do checks. They still do required checks. Yes. There has always been a campaign to destroy the black family ever since civil rights was passed. When civil rights was passed, there has been an ongoing campaign to destroy the black family. Yes. One thing out of the 4 suggestions that I made is black parents period, but especially our black parents, us as black leaders, black visionaries, black advocates, we have to press for our school districts statewide to require, statewide, countywide, to require that parents have to have parenting and teacher classes every year, so many hours. It has to be checked off. You have to be physically present with the teacher as a parent throughout the year to be able to be approved to file for earned income tax credit, for child income tax credit on your income tax returns. There should no longer be an ability for people to exploit children, and especially black children, for free housing, tax money, food stamps, any of it.